In this video, we will go over the concepts in Grammar 2A. The concepts are sentence types, book titles, subject and predicate, and coordinating conjunctions. We're going to start with sentence types. We have 4 sentence types: statement, command, exclamation, and question. First, we're going to look at how to differentiate between statement versus command. Here we have the statement, Divya sets the table. We see that this is a telling sentence. It is telling us that Divya is setting the table. We have the subject and the verb provided. Next, we're going to look at a command, set the table. Here, we just have the verb provided, but we know that the subject is an understood you. You are to set the table. So now we're going to look at the statement and command next to each other. We can see that Divya sets the table is the statement because we know who it is about, whereas set the table is commanding or requesting you to set the table. Notice that they also both end in a period. Next, we have a question. Here we have the question, can you set the table? This is a asking sentence, but you can also see that with the subject and the verb provided, the verb is usually separated into 2 parts, the helping and the main verb, and that's separated by the subject. You will also know it as a question because it may start with what, where, who, how, and those type of words. Notice also that a question ends with a question mark. Lastly, we have exclamation. An exclamation is a sentence that shows emotion. So in this sentence, we have, I love these napkins. And so we can see that we still have the subject and the verb provided, and we also have this sentence ending in an exclamation point. It's important to use the appropriate ending punctuation mark with the right sentence. Now we're going to move on to the concept of book titles, how to punctuate and to capitalize book titles. Here we have the name of the book. The title is The Call of the Wild. We can see that T, C, and W are all capitalized as they are important words in the in the title of the book. We can see that of and the are not capitalized in the middle because they are unimportant words. But notice that the T and the at the beginning of this title is capitalized because you always capitalize the beginning word of the title. And now that we've capitalized correctly, we need to make sure we punctuate correctly. So we will underline the title of the book. You must always underline the title of the book. Here we have a title in a sentence. The sentence reads, I read Around the World in 80 Days for English Class. We can see that the title has been capitalized appropriately. A, W, E, and D are capitalized for Around the World in 80 Days. And now we just need to underline to make sure that we are punctuating accurately. So we have Around the World in 80 Days. You can tell that the and in and around the world in 80 days are unimportant words. They're in the middle. They don't show a lot of meaning towards what the book is about. So our last little bit is going to be complete versus simple subject and predicate. We have us starting with the simple subject and predicate. We are going to look at the sentence, the little girl jumps rope. First, let's find the simple predicate. What is being done in this sentence? Well, jumping, that's being done. That is the predicate, the simple predicate. Who is doing the jumping? That's going to be the girl. The girl is the simple subject, just girl by herself. Now let's look at this complete subject and predicate. We're going to use the same sentence, the little girl jumps rope, and once again we'll start with the predicate. We know that jumps is the simple predicate. Now to find the complete predicate, what we will do is we will box what is the predicate and all the words that come after it to make the complete predicate. So jumps rope is the complete predicate. Next, we'll look at the complete subject. We know that girl is the simple subject, and just like the complete predicate, the complete subject is going to include the simple subject and all the words that come before the subject. So we have the little girl as the complete subject. And here they are together. We have the complete subject and the complete predicate to make the sentence, the little girl jumps rope. Lastly, we're going to go over coordinating conjunctions. Here we're going to use a conjunction to coordinate or combine 2 sentences that have 2 different thoughts. So here we have the two sentences. I went to the park, she went to the pool. We have two different subjects, and we also have two different endings of the sentence, park and pool. So let's see, we have I and she, and now we want to combine these. Now it's important to know that I and she are the main reasons why these are two separate sentences. So to combine them, what we need to do is we need to use the coordinating conjunction, but we also need to use the comma. So here we have I went to the park, comma, and she went to the pool. That comma is important because it is kind of like a makeshift period. You use that to show that I went to the park and she went to the pool are two different thoughts, and therefore they were two different sentences combined with the coordinating conjunction. If you have any other questions or need more explanation after this, go to the center owner or manager, and they will help you with any other problems that you have.